At this point in time, virtually everyone is aware of the woke Snow White disaster, and most of it's been caused by Rachel Zegler, the lead actress who's starring in Disney's latest woke race-swapped live-action version of a classic animated movie, this time Snow White, has opened her mouth time and time again, whether it's bashing the original, whether it's talking about how this new version of Snow White's a modern telling, and she doesn't need love, she doesn't need a man, or whether after all these things got around and people rightly criticized her, she tried to play the victim. But one thing people might not know is that Rachel Zegler is in a movie that's coming up that's not Snow White. She's in the Hunger Games prequel that's set to come out a few months from now. And with her track record, with everything we've seen, it might turn out to be another box office disaster that she's involved in. Even the media's been forced to admit that this thing has got off to such a bad start for Snow White that Disney's going to be forced to go full PR spin mode to try to desperately do damage control. But when it comes to her next movie that's coming out in October, you got to ask the question, will it affect that too? Will the bad PR surrounding Rachel Zegler, all of her comments, will that have any impact on the Hunger Games prequel box office, or is this thing just destined for failure like all of Rachel Zegler's other projects? The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes director says Rachel Zegler's Lucy Gray is different from Katniss because, quote, she wears her sexuality on her sleeve. Very weird for the person who's, the age that she is supposed to be from these books, but hey, this is Hollywood, right? Rachel Zegler's Lucy Gray is the anti-Katniss in Hunger Games prequel, says director. Francis Lawrence also said he was worried about whether or not people would be interested in a Hunger Games film without Jennifer Lawrence as the lead. I do think it's right to ask that question because this is a prequel to the series that was kind of written what most people expect just to do a movie out of it, and it wasn't necessarily very well received. And now in a few months, we have this movie coming out, and it seems like no one's talking about it. No one has really any idea what it might do at the box office. But if Rachel Zegler's past installments are any idea, it looks like it might be a nightmare. She's been in 2 movies before this. That's it. Rachel Zegler has been in 2 movies, West Side Story and Shazam 2. West Side Story was a box office bomb, cost $100 million. That's the production budget. You have to imagine marketing is another $50 to $100 million, who knows? But it only made $74 million at the worldwide box office. A massive flop, probably $100 million loss for Steven Spielberg and the team behind West Side Story. And what about her latest one? That was Shazam 2, one of the biggest flops in DC history. Again, $100 million plus loss for DC and for Warner Brothers. We know what's going on with Snow White. We've seen what Disney's going through at the box office. It's a good guess that that will be another fail for them. But now her next movie, which is being advertised by she's the anti-Katniss, she's everything Katniss isn't, not sure if that's the best way to promote it either. You gotta wonder if that movie as well, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the Hunger Games prequel, if this is also going to be affected by the simple fact that she's one of the most despised people in the entertainment industry. Nobody likes Rachel Zegler. Pretty much everyone on all sides is hammering her. And now she's going to be involved in another big budget production coming out in a few months. And who knows what it might do at the box office. But the director's comments, I'm not sure if that's going to help or hurt. Certainly one thing is for sure. If Rachel Zegler goes out there and talks about it, it'll probably make things worse. What do you guys think? What do you think the box office reality might be for a Hunger Games prequel starring Rachel Zegler? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.